2 Samuel chapter 11. Here we've got this shameful business where David sins, committing adultery with Bathsheba. He's on the roof of his house. He sees a beautiful woman next door who actually is the wife of a very loyal servant of him who's out at the battlefront fighting David's battles, and he demands to sleep with her. He sleeps with her, then he calls her husband back, gets him drunk, tries to get him to go and sleep with his wife, but he knows what's going on. He won't do that, and then he sets a plan whereby a group of Israelite soldiers would definitely be sent to their deaths, including Uriah, her husband. And so David is guilty of murder and of adultery. And there was no sacrifice under the law of Moses. For that he had to die. He says this in the Psalms that he writes about it. If there was a sacrifice I could make to scribble that sin, I would. But he was condemned. There was no way out. And then he does repent. And God does not kill him. But God imputes righteousness to him. He counts David as if he is right and saves him. And in his Psalms, when he talks about that, he said, "Blessed is the man to whom sin is not imputed, but righteousness is imputed." And Paul quotes that in Romans 4 and said, "You see the blessedness of them to whom righteousness is imputed when they have sinned." And he's making David to be every man. David is every man. Whether or not you committed adultery or murder is not the issue. We have all sinned, and the wages of sin is death. We are David. And Paul's whole argument about the good news of the gospel is based on this, that we are David. We are David. We have done the same in essence. If you hate your brother in your heart, you've committed murder. If you lust after somebody else, you have committed adultery in your heart anyway. Plus a whole range of other sins that we've all done. And so, we are David, desperate before God. There is no way out. Now, once you perceive that, then you can rejoice in the blessing of the gospel. But you will not get there until you allow yourself to be convicted of your sin. Even David resisted it for quite some time, until eventually he caved in and accepted it. He is every man and every woman.